Today we're going to make one of my favorite cookies, Rugelach. Rugelach is like a horn-shaped cookie that's so much fun to make, and I remember making it with my mother, and now I'm going to make it with you. First, we'll put in the butter, the cream cheese. And the butter. And you want them to be at room temperature so that it's easier. 2 sticks of butter. So this is not a cookie for the faint-hearted, but it's good. It's really good. And it's a cookie that my mother would always make for Hanukkah and for Rosh Hashanah. And now when I make it with my own kids, I think, or my grandchildren I want to do it with soon, that there's a little bit of my mother in this cookie. So let's start. Of course, the immigrants didn't have a KitchenAid. Here's the 2 cups of flour, and you want it to just form into a ball, and then we'll be able to put it away. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do is just put it into plastic. So I always try to make this the day before. Make the dough the day before. And then when my kids were little, when they came out of school and they were fighting, I would quickly bring out the dough and they stopped fighting. So I'm just going to wrap this up and refrigerate it overnight. What I do with this is I cut it in 4. So you see, it's very malleable. It's great. It's really easy. I don't know what there is in a cream cheese, but it really holds together. So, in fact, in Europe, they call cream cheese Philadelphia. They don't call it cream cheese. They just call it, in every language, Philadelphia. They like that product. Okay, we put on about 1/4 of the jam. So it's a little bit more than a cup. It's about 1/4 of a cup. Okay, you save a little bit of the edge here, and sprinkle. By the way, these nuts. What I did was these are chopped walnuts, and I just browned them. But you know, whenever I brown nuts, the nuts always get too brown. If I put them in the 350 oven, I always forget them. It just happens. So I would prefer doing it myself over heat, so I don't waste nuts. Okay, so then you sprinkle some nuts on top. Look at how easy it is and how few ingredients. And you go like this. And you can, if you want, leave it at 8. But I like them really little. So I go to 16. Okay. So what I do is this. From the wide side in, just roll them up. It's so much fun. And then I leave them here. And I like to you press them down a little bit, the top, as you're doing it, just to keep them from opening. And if the jelly runs out, don't worry about it. It tastes even better. I've never heard anyone complain about that. And I put them up, but I make sure I press down on them. Notice I added no more sugar to this. I just used the jam, which I hope is really intensive, expensive jam, so you get the flavor. And then I might sprinkle some regular sugar on top. Look at what I like that it's so tiny is that I can eat one of them and I haven't eaten that many calories. But look at how pretty they are. Just have to cool them down because you don't want to get burnt. They're so good. With the rich, the raspberry or strawberry, the nuts, the crunchiness of this butter crust. Bon appetit.